walk me through what happened at 9:40?
Approximately 9:40 p.m. this last Friday night. I was walking my dog, like I do so many times a day. He pulled me in a back corner in my community where he wanted to do his business, and he did his business, and then I saw a car I hadn't seen before pull past me into a back dead-end area near where I was at, and they pulled back out, and they just sat there watching me. So I moved a little further away from them, and then they drove past me to where they were blocking my way out. So I watched them sit there for about 30 seconds. I knew something was up, and before they jumped out, I ran with my dog next to me, and we're just bolting as fast as we can. And before you know it, I feel a golf club hitting me from behind. And it's two guys just running after me, laughing and cackling and having fun, swinging at me, thinking it's so fun to beat down a random stranger with golf clubs in the street. They missed sometimes. Some of the strikes weren't hitting that well, so I got 3/4 of the way down before they finally struck me to the head and fractured my skull and knocked me down. From that point, I'm just like begging to please stop, please stop. And they just laughed and kept swinging and kept beating me, thud, 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 to my back, to my butt, to my side, to my arms, to my legs. And I mean, they were just savages.
How did you get the injuries on your knees? Did you
it was all kind of a blur. I just kind of came out of it with all these injuries. I know some of them are direct hits with the golf clubs. The knees, I can't say for sure.
So when you opened your eyes, what do you remember then?
Well, basically, they were beating me 1 second, and this all was fast. It was 30 seconds of chase, 30 seconds of beating, and then I just all of a sudden hear from above, "Stop or I will shoot." One of the neighbors came out and threatened them. It was very heroic. I'm very grateful to him. But he gave them a couple warnings, and before you knew it, they were both running. One threw one of the golf clubs and it shattered. He threw it so hard, but they were just gone. They busted up some cars on their way out. It's probably the same crew that's been busting up cars in Fulton Market and Logan Square, and this is just them escalating to attempted murder.
When you, did they try and rob you? What do you think was the motive here?
Well, they kept yelling, "Give me everything you got." I didn't have anything on me besides my dog, and I just kept yelling, "I don't have anything, I don't have anything." They just kept yelling, "Give me everything you got," as they swung and swung and swung as I'm running until they knocked me down. So, I mean, I assume it was my dog, but I think they were just picking out random victims that they could take anything they can from, because there's a culture in Chicago right now where these young crews know that they're not going to be chased or pursued or prosecuted. We have a DA that lets them get away with it. We have a mayor that says they're just turning up. When they riot in the streets, it's not a mob action, they're just turning up. He's excusing violence, and the mayor's bringing this upon us. I am in this shape because of our mayor and our DA. We have great police who'd love to enforce the laws. I'm absolutely not blaming police. It's politicians who set policy.
How are you feeling mentally and physically today?
I mean, physically, I'm sore. My head's the worst injury. That's what's going to take time to heal. The rest of it, I'm just sore all over my body. But mentally, I'm surprisingly okay. I don't want to let these guys beat me. We're coming together as a community, and we're going to make my street safer, hopefully make Chicago safer.
How long have you lived in this community?
Just over 2 years in this community,
Oh, wow.
7 years in Chicago. I do. I know it well. I mean, this was on my block.
Are you former military, did you say?
I spent a little time in the U.S. Marines and received a disability separation from the U.S. Marines.
When you see something like this, it's a bit disheartening too. The way you explain it, it's like, oh my God.
This could happen to anyone. We need a few policy changes that let the police pursue. Stop just giving them the idea that they could just run away and that they're not going to be prosecuted, that the court system is too full to hold them accountable. I don't care if they're 13. I mean, this may have been a 15-year-old, but they need attempted murder charges as an adult. And we need tenfold the amount of prosecutions that are happening for violent crime, because nobody feels safe anymore. Chicago is not the safe place it was, and it's been successive politicians and heads of department have done this, but now that Brandon Johnson's the mayor, I just have no hope until we can get him out of office.
Anything you want to add that we haven't talked about? I think that was very thorough.
I mean, just be careful out there. Look out for your community, and everyone needs to get out and vote and elect politicians that aren't so extreme to one side or the other. We need to get a bunch of politicians in the middle that are going to enforce laws and keep us safe and look out for civil rights, balanced politics that isn't any one side's extreme view that's affecting our safety in the end.